Assalamu alaikum, guys. I pray that you're all well and in good health. Um, I was going to do this live actually, but I didn't in the end. I'm going to do some live stuff on YouTube soon and on Instagram as well soon, inshallah. Because I've started doing Instagram stories, and I love just sort of turning to the camera and being like, "Yo," and just sharing something because not everything that's valuable is necessarily like post worthy or like video worthy. So sometimes it's nice to be able to do that. So I'm going to start doing some live stuff soon, inshallah. But what I wanted to talk about, I was just having some thoughts, right, on like all the time when people ask me for advice on how they should go about learning Arabic, it's always about whether they should have a teacher or if they should self-study. If they can self-study, or if they should have or if they should have a tutor or have a teacher, or if they should enroll in a class, or if they should self-study. And it's binary, right? It's binary. And in their perspective, right? It's in their perspective, it's binary. And most people think like that. And the two have pros and cons, right? I've done a video on this channel before about whether it's even possible to self-study, and lots of people do believe it is. I believe that it is, but it depends what you mean by, it depends what your goals are, what you actually want to achieve. Self-study, really cheap, entirely on your terms, but you could just give up any time, right? There's no one to motivate you. You could be learning the wrong stuff. Quite often people self-study. They do bits and bobs from different curriculums, and they rarely finish an entire curriculum. And if they do, then they've missed gaps in it because there's not a teacher there to, explain the stuff and check the stuff that they've missed. So it's way cheaper. It is on your terms, but it comes at a price. But the price that you pay for not paying the money for a teacher or a tutor, right, is that you may have gaps in your Arabic. You may end up wasting a lot of time. Yeah, but you might spend years self-studying, but not actually achieve what you wanted to achieve. And then employing someone is expensive, right? Like, as if you want to pay someone for their time, usually it's expensive, right? There are ways you can do it cheap. Like on italki, I have students who usually they employ me to do their fusha, to do their modern standard Arabic and their grammar and stuff, or to do literature with them. And then they also employ someone on italki to do whatever dialect they want, because I'll never ever be able to compete with, and I don't pretend to be able to compete with someone from Syria to teach Syrian dialect. I don't teach any dialect stuff. I'll never be able to compete with that. So but it costs money, right? It costs money to do those things, right? So, so it can be expensive, right? But I don't know, my belief though is that it's not binary. I don't subscribe to that idea that it's binary, that either you have a tutor or you don't. And like my Foundations of Arabic program is built on my own philosophy that I don't know anyone else is doing it at the moment in the way that I am, that like I give my content out there and it's affordable. Like it's like $4.99 a month. Yeah, it probably won't always be that, right? It's just because this is the first year that I'm running it. But but it'll always be affordable. It'll always be less than 1 hour of a private lesson, right? It'll always be less than that. So, to find something in the middle, that's like that's what I do, right? I put out my content for a monthly price that's affordable. People can cancel anytime that they like. And then I've tried to make it as much like a classroom study as possible. The same way that if you're sitting in your classroom, the teacher presents something at the beginning of the class, maybe the first 10 minutes or 15 minutes, they do a demonstration of something. And then you're set off on your own work. So I have worksheets and exercises and stuff that my students do after each lesson. And the same way that if you don't understand something, you can raise your hand and the teacher will reframe it for you. I do that. But instead of raising your hand, you drop me a DM. Yeah. Instead of raising your hand, you click send on an email. Yeah. Because all of you, like I'm so accessible. Do you know what I mean? Like most Arabic teachers, right, are working at school, or they're working at an institute, or they have big academies and stuff. I'm not a big deal, right? Like I'm just a humble but sincere, but I pray that I'm sincere at least, Arabic teacher who has time for you guys. So like, I make myself really, really accessible to my students who are doing that program, and so like it's not binary, is my opinion. Like it's not binary. It's not either you have one or the other. You can have mentored self-study. That's more what it's like. It's like you're self-studying, but you're mentored in it, which to be honest, I think empowers you a lot more than like a classroom type of education. Whilst there's good in all of them, right? None of this is blanket statements. It's just what philosophy that I have towards teaching Arabic. You know, none of these are blanket statements. There are people who are far better Arabic teachers than me, people who are far better programs than me, far more advanced in their careers than me, and I'm not criticizing those things. All I'm criticizing is perhaps when people isolate themselves and saying that they're either committing to just self-study or to just classroom, right? So, but that's up to you. Yeah, and I've also let you know now that it's not binary, that there is an option in the middle. If you find other teachers who are doing that option that work better if you employ them, right? It's just about getting you to your goals in learning the Arabic language. But if you would like me to help you, then also you can go to my website, arabicwithsam.com, and you can have a look around there. Even if you have a look around and say hello to me, I love that. Or even if you just go over to my Instagram and be like, yo, Sam, I saw this video, it made no sense at all, but I think you're alright, or I think you're a nice guy, that's cool as well. Yeah, it's always good to hear from you guys. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. That was just a very quick little rant. Something just came to my mind and I thought, do you know who would like this? I'll speak to you guys. So you know, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. If you're new on the channel, not all the videos are like this. There are some videos on here that are actually good quality, and I actually teach some stuff. So have a look around the channel as well if you're new. A very warm welcome if you're new. And look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.